Hello, welcome to today's edition of the Daf Yomi Menachot Daf 44 Omadei. To just finish off a sentence from the previous Omad, Ahava Yaakov answered, nevertheless a slave is more lowly than a woman. What does that mean? Zil Tafe, a Canaanite slave must perform menial tasks for his master, whereas a husband is obligated to honor his wife. That's from Siddhar's Saluta de Avahon. Alternatively, although both women Canaanite slaves are exempt from parts of Torah mitzvot, Canaanite slaves are of lower stature in that they may not marry Jews, and therefore it is appropriate to recite this blessing having not been born a slave. The sages taught the sages taught there would have been numerous attempts to identify chilazon from which the chid is derived. Aside from the characteristics mentioned in the Gemara, some of which are ambiguous, there are other characteristics mentioned by the sages elsewhere. Among these are the following: that chilazon was trapped with nets in the tribal portion of Zebulun, along the coast of Eretz from Haifa to Tyre. See Shabbat 26 Medina 6a. The chilazon has a pouch that grows with it. It would be cut open while alive to enhance the clarity of the dye. See Shabbat 75a. In recent generations, there has been an effort to identify chilazon, utilizing the descriptions found in traditional sources as well as historical, archaeological, and linguistic sources. The Hasidic leader Rabbi Gershom Henech of Razin reached the conclusion that the chilazon is the common cuttlefish, Sepia spinalis. Those who accept this conclusion produce dye from the ink sac that the cuttlefish used for self-defense. The late chief rabbi of Israel, Rabbi Isaac Herzog, held that the chilazon is the janthina, the violet sea snail, or a common violet snail. Of the various identifications of the chilazon, one that is currently the most widely accepted is in the Murex tunculis, a type of sea snail, which fits most of the stage description of the chilazon. This identification is corroborated by analytical evidence and chemical analysis. There is a gland in the chilazon that produces a clear secretion that, when exposed to sunlight, turns dark purple and then, after processing, dark blue. There's a picture here of the Murex tunculis shell, which is a sort of the sky blue dye used in ritual fringes. It has the following characteristics: its body resembles the sea. It appears from Rashi that this refers to the appearance of the body of chilazon and its colour. The Rambam also explains it in this manner. Rambam Sefer Hava Hilchot 2.2 interpreted Chulin 89a, which explains that this is the blood of the dayan, from which the dye is produced, that resembles the sea, whereas the shape of its body resembles a fish. Its form resembles that of a fish. It emerges once every 70 years. Rashi here explains that the chilazon emerges from the earth. In his commentary on Torah Megillah 6a, he explained that it emerges from the water to the land. See Gaon Hashas. And with its blood one dyes wool sky blue for ritual fringes. It is scarce and therefore it is expensive. It is taught in the Braita that Rabbi Nassim says there is no mitzvah however minor, mitzvah kala, mitzvah not however minor. It is clear from the context that ritual fringes are referred to as a minor mitzvah. Rashi explains that this is because it is a positive mitzvah. It is based on the fact that a mitzvah is described as minor or major based on the severity of the punishment failing to observe it. So Yom 85a, that is in the Torah, from which there is no reward given in this world, and in the world to come I do not know how much reward is given. Go on then from the following incident concerning the mitzvah of ritual fringes. There was an incident involving a certain man who was diligent about the mitzvah of ritual fringes. So here the mitzvah tzitzis, it was seen from the context that the Gemara is emphasizing that he was diligent about this mitzvah, despite the fact that he was not careful about all that more severe transgressions. This man heard that there was a prostitute in one of the cities overseas who took 400 gold coins as a payment. He sent her 400 gold coins and fixed a time to meet with her. When his time came, he came and sat at the entrance to her house. The maid of that prostitute entered and said to her, "That man who sent you 400 gold dinars came and sat at the entrance." She said that it meant he entered. He arranged 7 beds for him, 6 of silver and 1 of gold. Between each and every one there was a ladder made of silver, and the top of the bed was the one that was made of gold. At the top bed was made of gold. She went up and sat naked on the top bed, and he too went up in order to sit naked facing her. In the meantime, these 4 ritual fringes came and slapped him on his face. He dropped down and sat himself on the ground, and she also dropped down and sat on the ground. She said to him, I take an oath by the grappa of Rome. What does that mean? Grappa shall Romi, Grappa of Rome. Some suggest that Grappa means citadel, as in the highest places, Grappa of the city. In Proverbs 9:3, the Grappa of Rome would therefore return to the capital city of the Roman Empire. Others explain that this is derivative of the word agaf, meaning wing. According to this, Grappa refers to a god spreading his wing over a city to protect it. Some assert that the text should be changed from Grappa to Gada, meaning a sign of the zodiac. Others posited that it is a distortion, possibly a deliberate one, of the name of the chief Roman god Jupiter, Musafia. Others suggest that it is an abbreviation of the Greek agape, meaning love. According to this, the prostitute took an oath by the love of Rome. Some hypothesize that it refers to the goddess Isis, who was known by this nickname. I will not allow you to go until you tell me what defect you saw in me. He said to her, I take an oath by the temple service that I never saw a woman as beautiful as you. But there is one mitzvah that the Lord our God commanded us, and its name is ritual fringes. And I am in the passage where it is commanded. It is written twice, and the Lord your God in Numbers 15:41. The doubling of this phrase indicates that I am the one who will punish those who transgress my mitzvot, and I am the one who will reward those who fulfill them. Now said the man, the 4 sets of ritual fringes appeared to me as if they were 4 witnesses who will testify against me. She said to him, I will not allow you to go until you tell me what is your name, and what is the name of your city, and what is the name of your teacher, and what is the name of the study hall in which you study Torah. He wrote the information and placed it in her hand. She arose and divided all of her property, giving 1/3 of the bribe to the government, 1/3 to the poor, and she took 1/3 with her in her possession, in addition to those beds of gold and silver. She came to the study hall of Rabbi Chia and said to him, my teacher, instruct your students concerning me and have them make me a convert. Rabbi Chia said to my daughter, perhaps you set your sights on one of the students, and this is why you want to convert. She took the note the student had given her from her hand and gave it to Rabbi Chia. He said to her, go take possession of your purchase. Those beds that she had arranged for him in a prohibited fashion, she now arranged for him in a permitted fashion. The Gemara completes its point about the reward for mitzvot and points out how the Surah illustrates the concept. This is a reward given to him in this world, and with regard to the world to come, I do not know how much reward will be given. Rabbi Yehuda says, in the case of a borrowed cloak, Tashu'ula Kosh Loshim Yom Patura Min Hatzitzis. The reason is that the verse says you should prepare yourself twisted cords upon the 4 corners of your garment, Deuteronomy 22:12, which indicates that the mitzvah applies only to a garment that one owns. The sage obligates one to attach ritual fringe to a garment after 30 days, because at that point it is perceived as belonging to him, says Tosfot. For the first 30 days, it's exempt from ritual fringes. Oh, I missed out the other bit. Talis She'ula borrowed cloak. If one borrows a 4-corner garment that does not have ritual fringes, you don't quite have to place ritual fringes on it for the first 30 days. As the verse states, that one's obligated to place them on your garment, Deuteronomy 22:12, and not on the other people's garments no one has in his possession. If he has a garment for 30 consecutive Yosef days, he's obligated by being acknowledged to attach ritual fringes because the garment is perceived as being his. If he borrowed a cloak that already had ritual fringes, he recites blessing as soon as he dons it. That's the Roman Sefer Hamach, it says 3:4, Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim 14:3, and see the Mishnah Berurah there. From then on, it is obligated. The Gemara notes that distinction is also taught in the Braita in the case of one who resides in a guest house, a pundake. The Greek Pundakayon means guest house or hotel. This word also serves as a source for the term of innkeeper, pundake. And then pundake If one rents a house out of Eretz Yisrael or resides in a place house, even in Eretz Yisrael, he is not required to affix the mezuzah onto the doorways for the third 30 days. One who rents a house in Eretz Yisrael is obligated to affix the mezuzah immediately. To finish mezuzah, the Sefer Torah 510, Shulchan Aruch 286-22. A woman that has outside of Eretz Yisrael for the first days exempt from the mitzvah of mezuzah. From then on, he is obligated. But one who rents a house in Eretz Yisrael must affix the mezuzah immediately due to the settlement of Eretz Yisrael. Mishum Yishuv the Eretz Yisrael. Rashi explains this based on the Gemara in Bava Metzia 102a. It states that it is not permitted to remove the mezuzah when one moves out of a house. Therefore, if one is required to affix a mezuzah, he will be hesitant to move out, and even if he does, another Jew is more likely to rent the house because it already has a mezuzah. This facilitates the settlement of Eretz Yisrael. The Safat Emes explains that the benefit is that more houses will have mezuzah, which protects the inhabitants of C33b, thereby furthering the settlement of Eretz Yisrael. The mission teaches the absence of the phylacteries of the ram does not prevent fulfillment of the mitzvah of the phylacteries of the head, and absence of the phylacteries of the head does not prevent fulfillment of the mitzvah of the phylacteries of the arm. Al-Khis said, they taught this only in the case when one has other phylacteries, but they are not with him or he is unable to wear them for some reason. But if he does not have the other phylacteries at all, then the absence does not prevent fulfillment of the mitzvah to don the phylactery that he has. Later the student said to him, do you still say that? Abchisa said to them, no. Rather, I would say the opposite. Is anyone who does not have the ability to fulfill two mitzvot, mandate slay Torah mitzvahs, an individual who has only one of the phylacteries donned the one that he has, and so it's a blessing, as each of the phylacteries is an independent mitzvah. The same applies if he has both, but is unable to don one of them. Should he also not perform one mitzvah that he does not have the ability to fulfill? The Gemara asks, and what does he hold initially when he said not to don one of the phylacteries in the absence of the other? The Gemara answers, he held that it was due to a rabbinic decree, lest he be negligent and not try to acquire the phylactery that he lacks. Rav Shesa says, anyone who does not don phylacteries violates 8 positive mitzvot. This is event to the mitzvah to don phylacteries of the arm and head, each of which is mentioned in 14 passages, Exodus 13:9, Exodus 13:16, Deuteronomy 6:8, Deuteronomy 11:18. And anyone who does not have ritual fringes on his garment violates 5 positive mitzvot. This is because the mitzvah of ritual fringes is stated 4 times in the Purim passage concerning ritual fringes in Numbers, and they prepare for themselves strings, and they shall put on the fringe on the corner a sky blue thread, and it shall be for you a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord. Numbers 15:38-39. An additional command appears in the verse, you should prepare yourself twisted cords, Deuteronomy 22:12. And any priest who does not ascend the platform, although a priest who does not ascend the platform of the priestly benediction violates 1 positive mitzvah, it is deemed as though he violated 3, as the mitzvah is recited to recite the priestly benedictions occurs 3 times in the verses, Numbers 6:23-27. This applies only when he was in the synagogue when the priests were called to recite the benediction, or if he was asked to ascend the platform or to wash his hands in preparation for the benediction. Tefillah Birkat Kohanim 15:12, Shulchan Aruch 128:2. See the Mishnah Berurah there. And the priestly benediction violates 3 positive mitzvot expressed in the verses. So you shall bless the children of Israel, and you shall say to them, Numbers 6:23, and they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, Numbers 6:27. Anyone who does not have a mezuzah in his doorway violates 2 positive mitzvot, stated in the verse, and you shall write them on the doorpost of your house, Deuteronomy 6:9, and you shall write them on the doorpost of your house, Deuteronomy 11:20. And Rishloka says, anyone who does phylacteries lives a long life, as it is stated. That's the end of our day. Thank you for listening, and peace and Israel. All the best. Bye.